Their president wanted to come to Ghana after they asked us to get out of their country, after they asked us to leave their country. Their president wanted to come to Ghana to come and strengthen bilateral ties. To come and strengthen what? Strengthen those bilateral ties with the group that is leading the match on match. Strengthen the bilateral ties with the group that is leading the match and match in your country. Now let everybody stay in their country. So the government of Ghana has declined South African President Cyril Ramaphosa's planned state visit, which was scheduled for the first week of August 2026, citing concerns over the killing of a Ghanaian citizen and ongoing xenophobic attacks in South Africa. This visit was expected to strengthen bilateral ties and discuss trade, investment, and regional cooperation. However, government says that the safety of its citizens requires urgent attention. The decision follows the death of 40-year-old Bashiru Isaac, an incident the government of South Africa has strongly disputed. So the president of South Africa was supposed to be in Ghana in the first week of August. It's a bilateral agreement, strengthen bilateral ties. That bilateral tie, I don't know where it came from. Because a president that cannot speak to his people, a president that cannot control his country, a president that people do what they want and he sits down and police follow them to go and kill other people, to go and cause xenophobic attacks and all that. See, since when we were all children and then we are all grown now, all we have known is that immigration issues are handled by the immigration service and the police service. Simply put, security officers or the state securities handle immigration service, not the citizens, not the ordinary citizens who have no knowledge, who instead of go back, they are speaking English and say go back, B-A-C-K, they mention it B-E-K, back. I don't know how this whole thing started in South Africa, but I feel like the government is part of the problem in South Africa. And the government accepts what is going on. The government understands it. The government approves of it. Because he met one of those the guys that was leading the whole match on match thing that happened on June 30th. Fast forward, the match on match thing happened. And then one Ghanaian lost his life, a 40-year-old man with family and children. The man is said to have lived in South Africa for more than 20 years. And the man lost his life because there's a group of South Africans who think that as a foreign national, you shouldn't own a business. As a foreign national, you shouldn't stay in our country. As a foreign national, you are part of the reason why I'm not getting a job. Because you went to school and now you are working. I didn't go to school and you've come like some poverty-stricken insect-fed mindsets. People that don't want to work on Fridays. People that think that Monday should not be a working day. People that think that life is all about beer and sleeping with women. Their president wanted to come to Ghana after they asked us to get out of their country, after they asked us to leave their country. Their president wanted to come to Ghana to come and strengthen bilateral ties. To come and strengthen what? Strengthen those bilateral ties with the group that is leading the match on match. Strengthen the bilateral ties with the group that is leading the match and match in your country. Now let everybody stay in their country. Coming together to do what? And security concerns, and Ramaphosa should stay in his country. The president of Ghana has told him blatantly. The president was in the country when over 10,000 South Africans were marching on the street asking other foreigners to leave, including Ghanaians. Ghana, and I told much love Okujeto Ablakwa, Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa. When the whole thing started, he started repatriating Ghanaians from South Africa. Because if you say you don't like us, you don't want us in your country, we will leave your country for you. But I don't know why some Ghanaians are also so hard. It's hard for them to understand simple things. These people are people that they don't care about lives. They kill people anyhow. So why not just leave the country for now? I understand how difficult it is to stay at a place for like 20, 30 years, and then just in a day they ask you to leave. I understand. But I mean, you should make plans of leaving. Now a 40-year-old man has lost his life. President of South Africa wants to come to Ghana, and these are the reasons why he's coming to Ghana. Launching and attending Binational Commission. That is to co-chair the inaugural session of the Ghana-South Africa Binational Commission. This elevated diplomatic relations between the two countries to the head of state national level. There is no bilateral agreement between Ghana and South Africa. Same with Nigeria and South Africa. If you cannot control your people, you cannot speak to your people, there is no bilateral agreement. To boost trade. What trade? We are building our companies in our country. Go and build your companies in your country. I'm sure the African free trade thing, South Africa is not supposed to be part. I don't know. I don't know if they are part, but they are not supposed to be part. Because for me, if the African citizen cannot be protected in another African country, then that country should not be worthy of signing bilateral agreement with other African countries. Because the whole bilateral agreement thing is that we can work together as two countries, as brothers and sisters. And when people come to your country and you are driving them away, and then you are coming to sign bilateral agreement. The another thing I heard was that Cyril Ramaphosa was actually coming to Ghana so that they can talk about the goldfields thing. Because you know the goldfields agreement is ending in April 2027. And so the president of Ghana and the foreign, all those involved have said that that agreement is not going to be extended. What is happening in their country is enough to tell us that South Africa or the South African company is not worthy of renewing its license in Ghana to mine gold. See, Obuasi is a gold mining city or a gold mining town. If you go to Obuasi, the way Obuasi is doesn't even depict that there's a lot of money coming from that town. You have been mining gold here, nobody talks about it. Nobody has said anything about it. Now your license is expiring. All of a sudden, there is a 5-year plan to develop Obuasi. There is you are supporting Black Stars. Go and support Bafana. Go and support South Africa. Go and mine in South Africa. And so we all know, or we all have heard, that Cyril Ramaphosa was coming to Ghana so that he can engage the management of the Anglo Gold Ashanti, and they go and speak to President Mahama. Now President Mahama said that he don't need you in his country. Go back to your country. And so we are expecting that the president of Ghana and his people will continue holding on to this. That they will not say that, it's not anything. You know how Ghanaians will do it? It's a They should go and mine gold in their country. They should go back to their country, mine gold in their country. Everybody is staying in the country. You've unalived a 40-year-old man. It's okay until that issue is resolved. And your government is there saying that it's not true. He was not unalived by protesters and that. Charlie, I'm done, and I'm just fed up and done with South Africa. Those go back to your country. Those Zulu people. Those people that wear suit and wear animal skin as if they are going for war. I'm done. My name is Komla Time Tells. Kindly subscribe to this channel. I am just done with South Africa and the Cyril Ramaphosa and all the Jacinta and Jacinda. Good night.